Hey, hi, honey roses. So I heard that you made or you helped this person to see things about themselves that they didn't see before. Okay, you helped them see things about themselves that they never saw before, or things that they've forgotten. Okay, so I feel as though you have made a big difference in someone's life. Okay. Hello, I'm Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. For those who do not know me, if you would like to book a coaching call or a reading with me, you can visit www.milkhoneyrose.org. And if you're interested in reading any of my books, you can find them attached to the bottom of this video. All right? All right. Now, let's get into it. Get into it, yeah. Okay, let me see. So you have shown them something about themselves that it's almost like, feels like deja vu or nostalgia. More so nostalgia, but I think it's both deja vu and nostalgia. Like, oh, this happened before. Like, I felt this before. This happened before. This is familiar. Okay. You've made them see that it's time for them to prepare themselves to become what they're truly meant to become. It almost feels like if you're a masculine, you helped a feminine become a woman. And if you're a feminine energy, you helped a masculine to become a man. Okay. That's what I'm getting. It's like you're helping them to tap in you're helping them to tap into a certain level of strength that they didn't have or that they felt they were lacking prior to you. There's also something here about a challenge because you're not in that yes energy. You're not in that yes energy. Okay. You know, like how they say, yes, man. If there's something that you need to discuss, even if the person's not going to like it, not to say that you're like rude about it or anything. However, you do express yourself. And I'm getting that this person doesn't usually have individuals that are around them that are real enough to tell them when they can improve themselves and they can be better. You help them to improve. There's so many people around them that may be intimidated by them or fearful of not receiving. I just heard. Maybe this person it does well financially, so they kind of like stroke this person's ego to get what they want from them. However, they could know that the person is that they could do better in a certain area, but they won't say anything. They'll just let it go. It's like being around someone that you say is your friend, but you don't tell them when they're tripping. Is that type of energy. But for you, you express yourself. You spoke your mind, and this is why they feel as though to have you around is a benefit. It's like beneficial for you to be in their life because you illuminate what at times could be difficult for them to see. And these are things of the shadow. The reason why they're most difficult to see is first of all their environment is who they're usually around. They kind of just let I mean, live and let live, yes. However, at the same time, when you love someone, I feel like us as a people, when we love someone, we have a responsibility to show them a different way if we see that they're going in a direction that will lead to death or lead to unfortunate an unfortunate chain of events or could lead to. Doesn't mean that the person will always take heed to what you say. However, if you know that something can turn out horrible and that person's just not seeing it that way, you are someone who can end up being someone's saving grace not looking for any type of clout for it. It's not about that. It's just about humanity, and it's about actually truly being there for someone that doesn't have anybody else real enough to tell them the truth. Not everybody is going to tell someone the truth, especially if they're reaping some type of reward or benefit from being around them. So this person, what I'm getting is there's many foes around them. There's many people that will stroke their ego, say whatever it is that they want to hear in order for them to make them feel good so that they can get what they want. Okay? You are helping this person to see that everyone is not really genuine, okay, around this person. It's like a grooming of life, like a life change. Okay. What else? It's hard for them to recognize when they're being played because they're so in tune with the ego being stroked that they can't see. For some of you, this is like just a masculine energy that's around you. It could be a feminine and masculine energy as well. They're coming into terms with the fact that they've been manipulated more than they would like to admit. And now they're trying to hold back from a specific someone that they realize is actually doing this to them. It could be a feminine energy that they thought was an empress, possibly, or a mother figure, or like a sister or something like that. But okay, so they do have someone around them that will tell them how they truly feel, but this person is so set in their ways. It's like they'll listen, but they still, do what they want to do, which is what most people do. Okay. However, when it came to you, there's something how you worded what you said and how you said whatever you said, you helped them to see the light of the situation out of the darkness. Like you helped this person to see the light out of the darkness because they couldn't see it. And I feel like this person is very grateful for your presence in their life because nobody else did that for them. They'd rather just, I don't know, there's something about them being able to listen to you. I don't know what that's about. They value your experience. They value your experience. I just heard. What else? Why does this person listen to the collective? Yeah, they value your experience. They feel as though the experience that you've had in your life, it gives you validity when it comes to your perception and your perspective. They value it because they can see, even if you didn't tell them, there's something about you where they can see that you've gone through a lot, and they can see that what you say, they feel like it's good judgment that you pass. They don't feel like you just out here destroying people and annihilating different people for no reason. It's when you speak with intention, and this is why they trust you to allow you to guide them in such a way. This person goes off of, this person bases someone's value off of, how can I say? They measure someone's value off of what they produce and how they conduct themselves, as well as how they perceive. And This, whoever this mother figure was that I mentioned before, that tries to show them a different way, they hear a little bit and they understand what that person is saying because there's respect there. However, they look at that person and see all of the mistakes that they made and how they handled them. Not to say that they're pinpointing the other person's mistakes. However, they just see how that person handles the mistakes that they made. And there's something about they don't handle them well. But then there's something about how you do handle them well. So it makes them trust in your advice more than the other person. Even though the other person, I don't feel like they actually said something wrong. It's just how they are. I feel like that's that ego raging within them that makes them just not, they want to be unruly. They want to be a rebel. It's like in their DNA. Okay. Yeah, so you were able to tame the beast within them. No one could do that with this person because nobody's bold enough. Nobody has the courage to, because people be scared. People be scared of the person. But you can't be scared of them. You can't be afraid of them because you see the best in them, even when they don't see the best in them. So when you speak to this person, you're speaking to the best in them, which is what begins to change their DNA. Like, because it starts with the mind. I always tell you guys that everything when it comes to the health and well-being of us as a whole, it starts with our mind. So you seeing the best in them helps them to see the best within themselves, which is what makes them want to change because they're used to paying more attention to the worst in them. They always looking at the worst in them. They always think about the worst things that they've done. And they start to align themselves with that way. So then they start to move that way, in that direction. However, being that no matter what, you continue to see the best in them, not unless they cross you, then you have to leave them where they are for your safety and for your sanity and well-being. However, for this particular person, I feel as though you've done more than you know for this person by taming their beast. Nobody else could do that. Only you. That's a gift as well. That's a God-given gift. It's a gift to be able to tame the beast in self. So for you to have the ability to tame the beast in others, that is a superpower. Like, Kame, Kame. And it's also the love. They feel like you, their family, and they want to come towards you. They want to come towards you, but they know they have a lot of work to do. The love you give, it scares the hell out of them. Like, shook, shaking in their boots, knees clapping. Okay? Knees clapping, toes tapping. But they still love you though. They just don't know how you did that. How did you do such a thing? And you just was talking to me. How did you do that? It's magic. Just tell them I'm magical. Hello. Hello, I'm magical, remember? Anyway, that's it for this message. Let me get a charm to end it. Oh, it's the bunny. It's the tiny bunny. The gift you've given takes a long time to form. Like a pearl in a shell in a winter's storm. But I think I want to change that to a summer storm. The words you gave them of truth help them more than you know. Now the life they live is no longer aloof. They want to connect to you. So the two of you can make it do what it do. That's funny. Okay? So that's what it is. This person trusts you. You help them to see what they've forgotten about themselves. You know what that's what I said in the beginning. That's about like the innocence of purity, the innocence of truth, the true nature of us prior to us being tainted by the world. Yes, that's what you help them to see. That is beautiful. If we could remember, if we could remember those times and those moments, we really remember who we truly are naturally. The ways of our environment taint us to be such a way that is not of who we truly are. Then we spend our whole lives trying to get back to that purity that we once had as children. And that's where the magic is. It takes a whole life to be able to get back to the beginning. And it takes your whole life to be able to get back to the beginning, to that understanding, that free spirit. When you see kids just play, they're happy, they say hi to everybody. Like, yes, it could be there could be a sense of vulnerability there and naivety, if that's the right way to say it. I think it is. You know, however, if you are able to align the purity of youth with the wisdom of a serpent, you are whole. Yes, 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 you are whole. Everything you do, do it with love. I'll see you in the next message.